You mentioned in Dubai. I mean, have you ever done any track days?
Yeah, so I've done quite a few track days, both in the UK and Dubai. In January, so almost a month ago, I actually did a track day, but not in a car, for the first time in a single-seater racer, which was a remarkable experience. So I wouldn't consider myself to be a super duper driver. I'm way better than the average on a track because I've done a few track days and I think I can handle speed quite well. I'm good on simulators and such, but compared to some of the guys who do it as a hobby, they are excellent. You don't realize the level between a hobbyist and someone who's an above average driver. So I'd put myself in the category of I'm very good at driving on a track compared to the average Joe, but compared to some of them hobbyists, they are in a different league. So you only realize that when you do a track day, because when you do a track day, there's a lot of rules and regulations, and it's not so much go nuts. And especially in a single seater, they're very, very careful because of the speed. So it's not a Formula One car, it's not that spec. It's more like a Formula Four car, if there's such a thing. It's maybe what a Formula car was in the 1980s, but it's still very, very fast, and it's a lot different compared to a normal car with a stick shift or even an automatic. So the way you have to gear up and gear down is pretty mad because it's more like a Triptronic system, but it was a manual single seater, not with a lot of the electrics. There was no electrics on the steering wheel. It's all very pushing this hard lever to gear. You have to clutch shift every gear up and down one at a time. So if you're gearing down twice, you have to clutch down, gear, clutch up, clutch down, gear. It's very, very cumbersome. But once you get the hang of it, it is an amazing experience. I'd recommend it to anyone out there if you can do a single seater. At first, it feels very claustrophobic. So you're sat in the car, and I'm quite a big guy. I'm not a narrow, slight 8 stone or what's that, 66 kilogram kind of guy. So you feel very narrow, and I was just on the weight limit as well. And I remember going out feeling, for the first time in a very long time, a little bit nervous about something. I don't really get nervous. I've traveled 61 countries, I've done a lot of things in life. But for the first time in a long time, I felt a little bit of nerves. And that was a good thing to feel something, I guess. But to also feel nervousness was actually kind of cool.